Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the automation station here with the PeakBot team. Happy Friday, everybody. We got a great show in store for everybody today. Results, results, results. That's all you want to hear about. That's all we're going to talk about. Maybe some structure, maybe some trader trivia, definitely some trader trivia, and more. But before we get into all that, Thomas, how are you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. No, thank you.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh,
is he delayed or something? Are we getting a delay?
Delayed.
I see. No, I see what you did there. Somebody who muted my mic over there.
We're gonna have to kill Thomas from the show today live. I think maybe if he's gonna be rocking on a delay.
He's so delayed.
Wait, am I on a delay right now?
Oh yeah.
You're delayed, dude.
Hey, log out and come back in.
Log out. Come back.
All right,
in.
I'll be back.
In the meantime, I can tell Dylan how I'm doing.
All right, hey Ben, I wanted to ask Thomas specifically just to interrupt him. I wouldn't have interrupted you. What's going on, Ben? How are you, man?
You know, another day, another.
Sorry.
Too soon.
We all knew what you were gonna say. Another day, another dollar.
Yeah.
All right. Hey,
We're
man.
good. How are you? We're good, right?
I think we're good now.
Yeah, I think we're good. I
good
thought we were good the whole time. You guys muted my mic.
Well, it's because I was pulling the little trick on you. You know what I mean? The little. That's what happened. You didn't even know it.
All right. Enough of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, today's show we're going to go over a lot. We have we're going to talk through our King Condor results. Okay, one of our next gen strategies, a 1DTE Iron Condor strategy on SPX, has been crushing it. However, we're coming off of a couple losses. We're going to talk through why. Fully transparent about that here with PeakBot. We are still very, very positive and bullish on this strategy in the long term. It only wins 56% of the time. Okay. And we're sitting out when things get ugly. So we'll talk about that. We have our Shorebo strategy, BenBot. Okay. We're going to talk about all this and a really exciting announcement. We might even share a screen and flash this at some point when we get more people joining. We have a partner bot that's going to be launching here very soon. I think it's safe to say at least as of what just happened to our inbox for a wait list, the most highly anticipated strategy in PeakBot's history.
Yeah.
And that's going to be Trendy Fly, okay? Trendy John McKeever's strategy from Simpler Trading. Very, very well-respected trader and has some killer strategies, a few of which we're automating.
Why don't we just get into the results, because that's what people want to see. I've been trading this. So a little bit of backstory. We've been working with John for about, I think we started working with him back in February. So what is that, 4 or 5 months now?
Yeah.
5 months now at this point. We've been working out a couple of bots. The first one that is going to be released is what we're calling the Trendy Fly. It is an iron fly strategy that gets in right at the market open. And this is based off of Trendy's edge indicators. So the Trendy edge indicator, you don't need to have a subscription to that indicator to trade this bot. But the bot does take into consideration that indicator. So again, we've been trading this for the past several months, and we've been making a bunch of updates to it. The most recent update allows for several different trim levels, and I'll make this a little bit bigger.
Nice. We were going to
see this is my personal P&L, and we can, if anybody needs proof of this, I can send the trades over. But this is my personal account for the past 8 trading days, essentially since the beginning of July. Now, we've been trading this a lot longer, but before that, this was meant to be a scalping strategy where we'll just scalp $50. And it was crazy, man. We had a win rate of like 96% scalping with an iron fly. But what we realized was we were leaving a lot of money on the table, and we can make more money if we add these different trim levels. So I've personally been trading with 3 trim levels. There are 5 trim levels available at the $50 profit, $100 profit, $150 profit. Then trim 4 gets into the $300 profit range, and then trim 5 is a $500 profit. So I am working on going back to our bots data. I'm going in reverse and seeing how much the winning potential was. And I got the last 2 days done before the show. I'll finish this and then we'll post it on socials later today or Monday, whenever it makes the most sense. Today, trim 1, 2, 3, and 4 all took profit.
Yeah.
Trim 5, there's a $2 trailing stop. So after that $3 profit, price started going against us a little bit. So trim 5 did collect a $100 profit. It didn't stop out at a loss. It stopped out with a win. Today we collected $700. Yesterday, if you were trading one contract on all 5 trims, you would have made $1,100.
That's fine.
I'll go back and run all of those numbers. So what's the risk on these types of trades? Well, again, we've got that $2 trailing stop. And if you know anything about Trendy, you know about his zones. If the price in SPX changes zone, then it'll stop out. The bot will stop out for you. So back to my actual results, because I feel like more people, at least that tune into this show, are going to be in this camp. You know, I'm trading 3, sometimes just 2 contracts a day. Overall, total risk, you need about $800 in margin per contract. So about $2,400 in margin, about $600 in risk. And the win rate for these first later, but I've not lost on the trips. So you see $300 win because I $300, $300, and I did tone it back a little bit. I did 2 contracts on trim 1 and contract on trim 2. And really,
Thomas, can you hear Ben?
I was going to say, Ben, your audio sounds a little muffled there.
You're going in and out.
Okay.
Right there. Stay just like that. Don't
right
move.
here.
Move. Frozone. Don't move. Remember, like,
we're not going to interrupt you.
Here we go.
We're just going to raise a hand if it's going bad. Okay, we're just going to raise a hand if it's going out.
Well, I'm not looking at you, so I'm not going to see it. Just interrupt me.
Get another monitor.
I'll keep my mouth on the mic. That doesn't sound right.
That's good.
So I did tone back the contracts this week just because I wasn't the biggest fan of price action this week. Wanted to be a little bit more conservative. Still winning $150 per day. Listen, I'm not going to complain with that. Hey, I will take it all in. So the past 8 days that this bot has traded, I've made $1,800.
Ben, did you mention cash needed for this? And if you did, it may have been muffled.
I did. It must have been when I was muffled. You need about $800 in margin to get into one contract. So when I'm trading 3 contracts, I need about $2,500 in my account to trade. Now, you will need pattern day trader capabilities to trade this. You do need a $25,000 account. And I know that unfortunately excludes a lot of accounts, but it is necessary because this bot is day trading. We are looking for scalps. I mean, we can look at one of my trades from earlier today. We can look at trim 1, for example. So this was my entry. I got an $18.70 credit filled at 9:35 Eastern. And then my first trim was right here at 18.20. That's a $50 gain. So look, we actually today took a little bit longer. Today, this was a 20-minute trade. Most of the time, these first 2 trims are in and out within 5 minutes. Very, very quick. Today, the market moved against us right at the open, but then we bounced back and we did pull out a win overall. It was really awesome. And so with this newest version of the Trendy Fly bot, we have not taken a loss for these first 3 trims. And I don't think we've taken a loss on trim 4 or trim 5 because of that trailing stop, that $2 trailing stop. So once the price moves in your favor enough, you're kind of guaranteed a win. So overall, fantastic strategy. I'll show the UI here. It looks like PeakBot, like a bunch of our partners do. Really, really awesome. The setup experience is unique. You click add stock and then you choose your bot here. I select the Trendy Fly bot. maximum amount is 5 contracts here on SPX. So I'm going to say, let's say I wanted to set up 5. Now I get to choose how many contracts I want at each trim level. So if I wanted 1 contract at each trim level, I do that. Let's say I'm a little bit riskier. Let's say I really want these $500 gains. Well, I can move 3 to the trim number 5 level 5, and then it'll show you what your potential profit is based on the trim levels that you have selected. So really, really cool, smooth interface. Get it all set up. I have this set to 1 because we were doing some testing after the trades this morning. So actually, let me go ahead and switch that. Also, you can edit it right from this active button, or you can select this and click edit. You can edit the number of contracts, which is an improvement to what we have on PeakBot, because that's not currently available on PeakBot. It will be soon. So let's say for Monday, I wanted to go up to 3 total contracts. I want to go with these first 3 trim levels because those trim levels have a very, very high profit rate. I'm going to update that. And then bam, my UI has been updated. I am ready to rock and roll on Monday when it comes time to actually place these trades. You can see the 2,400 in margin that is needed. So we are accepting waitlist signups. You can see it on screen here. If you are interested, email us at experience@peakbot.com with the subject line Trendy Fly. That's all you need to do. Our inbox is absolutely blowing up. I don't know if we should show it.
We shouldn't, just because everybody's name is in it. Yeah. But it's a ton. So
I'm going to be pretty busy replying to everybody, telling them that you are on the wait list.
No, man, we're going to BCC that. We're going to blast it. So what I'll tell you is Trendy John, John McKeever was live in his trading room and had announced this. And we knew an announcement was coming in his trading room. We didn't know exactly when. We found out immediately in a fun way with a ton of emails all at once. So that just speaks to Simpler Trading and John McKeever and their audience of fantastic retail traders. So we're incredibly excited to deliver on that. So one last time, if you're interested in the Trendy Fly bot, our most highly anticipated strategy, and likely, Ben, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe not the Iron Fly, maybe not the Trendy Fly, but his next strategy that we'll be automating based on his pre-market zone, PMZ strategy. These are complex strategies. You know, we've got some simple ones at PeakBot. Simple is great too.
Yep.
But these are some heavy duty, lot going into the logic, a lot that you don't have to do as the retail trader. So
that's right. John is actually going on vacation to Italy on Tuesday. He's going to be gone for like 2.5 weeks. He's going to let the bot trade for him. He's going to make content around it. And we're going to see when he gets back from Italy, did the bot pay for his vacation or not?
That's right. Ciao for now, John. You enjoy your trip. You'll be trading hands free. So we just need a picture of the best homemade pasta that you get. I don't know if he's a big carb guy though. He's kind of shredded.
When you're in Italy, you're a big carb guy. No matter what, you're going to be a big carb guy.
Carbs are different in Italy.
Yeah, you can eat and drink whatever you want over there. You're fine.
Yeah, they don't count. Vacation calories don't count.
It's true. All right, so this is a fantastic strategy. We will be launching this. We're not going to put a date on this because we don't want to rush it. We know it's a great strategy. We know there's a lot of hype behind it. We want to make sure we get it automated incredibly accurately. So you'll be patient with us, but it will not be too long until Trendy Fly is available to all. Okay. Separate subscription, as Ben showed you the platform. It is different than PeakBot. It's a partner strategy. Okay. Email us at experience@peakbot.com if you're interested. Just say Trendy Fly. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's shift a little bit. We can either let's go into Trader Trivia.
Yeah.
Let's do a little Trader Trivia.
Let's do it.
On that.
So let's change up the music. Let's get some energy flowing.
Okay.
Oh, this is my favorite.
Then we got to update the slide, man. Nobody can text us right now. That number.
Yeah.
All right.
So email us when your answer when we get through all this.
Email.
This is
You want me to change it real quick? Let me change it.
Yeah, do it live, man. No, don't do it live.
I'm not going to show it because that'll reveal the answer.
Oh, true. Nice. All right. Until then, let's just
I
blast
feel like I'm
everybody.
cheating. This is actually my favorite stock ever. I feel like
Okay,
I'm
so,
cheating.
I blasted the volume and I heard levels of that song that I hadn't heard before. There's more going on in this song that I was aware of. All right, sorry guys. Ben, this isn't worth it.
No, I got it. We're good.
Right.
We're good. Pop me back up. Oh, I got to share it again.
There's your recap.
All right. The question today, and you're going to email the answers to the question to experience@peakbot.com to get 1 free month of PeakBot. The question today is, which company uses the single letter stock ticker T? Is it A, Tesla, B, Target, C, AT&T, or D, Twitter?
Love it.
Ticker.
I love this.
Ticker.
My favorite trade of all time. This is actually my favorite stock of all time. I have this is my number one favorite holding is actually this ticker, which is funny enough.
So listen, if you've been thinking about trying out trading bots and you didn't really want to pay for one yet, here's your shot at getting 1 free month of trying our trading bots stress-free. Email us the answer to this question at experience@peakbot.com. If you get it correct, we're going to email you back with a link for 1 free month of PeakBot. So while people are emailing in, by the way, what's our count for the wait list now for the Trendy Fly bot?
It was north of 100 in under like 5 minutes.
I think we're at
It's
about
well
150.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We're
there's still
over
plenty.
100.
About 150 right
Get
now.
on the list, people. Two birds, one stone. Email us.
So while we're waiting for people to email the answer in, we're going to talk about one of these companies. Is that the answer? We don't know. AT&T, did you know, AT&T was once the parent company of Bell Labs, the research lab that invented the transistor in 1947, and that's what made computers possible. So think of everything you know about AT&T and just know that they made computers possible. And that invention eventually led to the tech boom. We've now got smartphones, satellites. So if you look at it that way, AT&T. Oh, the answer is in here. Oh man, that's all right.
It's all right. Hey, listen. Now is the time where we say, the good and the bad. The good news is I don't think you put it together. The bad news is you got by it, and that's okay.
Oh, I'm beyond the point of even bothering to check these slides anymore.
We got more important things to do, like building a trendy fly bot.
Yeah.
All right, but this is fun for us.
So it's still trading today under the iconic single letter ticker T.
We can pull like a fast one and ask for like another single letter. I got one in mind.
Okay. Well, here's another fun fact about it. Did you know that the T stands for telephone?
Oh, no.
That's why AT&T.
What's the other T?
Well, I don't know about their name,
Okay.
but the T, the ticker.
That's what they're going for. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys have AT&T?
Grab that. Yeah.
Do you have Ben or Dylan? Do you have AT&T or no?
To own it? Or do I use AT&T? Absolutely not. I'll tell you for no reason. Here's why. It's so generational and regional. Really is. You weren't even Ben, do you agree? Like Verizon, okay, New Jersey, we're 30 years old. That was the option. If anything else, it was like Sprint and you were nuts because you couldn't text your friends as much as everybody else. Or T-Mobile. But AT&T.
Remember when text messages first came out, and if it was carrier to carrier, the messages were free, but if it was to different carriers, like there was a point where I think my parents told me I can't text anybody that's not on Verizon.
Yeah, no, you had to choose like what girl you were interested in based on if they had the same phone provider.
That's right.
Or you were going to AIM. Thomas doesn't even know what that is. AIM instant messaging, AOL. Oh, those were the days. Okay. So, well, if we gave you the answer and you took advantage of that, good for you. You get 1 month free of PeakBot. And Thomas, ready? You know this. What ticker is C?
City.
Citigroup. Okay. I just wanted to see if you knew that. All right, let's move past it.
Well, I got to go over my trade for AT&T. I was all excited.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, I have my favorite stock of all time is AT&T. Actually, I bought this stock. What? I bought it like a year ago at like 12.
Share a chart, Thomas. Share a chart.
Yeah,
Tell us,
Let's
tell
get a
us
chart.
your journey. Tell us about it.
Let's go. This is crazy that you brought
They've
this
been
up.
pretty bearish.
Let's go. Oh no, it has not been bearish. What are you talking about?
Well, since the last 2 weeks.
Recently, but I mean, I own this thing so cheap that I will never.
All right, what do you own it as?
Like $11 a share, something like that.
Okay.
Let's go.
If you bought it last year, you probably got it around 12.
Oh no, I got $12 a share. Yeah, like 12 something a share. And I bought it because I read like an article and it was like a stock you need to buy now.
All right, so I'm gonna share a screen if you're not.
Oh yeah. Hold on, sorry. I looked up an incorrect website for.
All right, so here's what Thomas is talking about. We're looking at weekly bars here. This is, you probably purchased this. This is July of 23 at pretty close to $12 a share. You've been bullish since then. You're right about that. If you don't have anything to talk us through here, we're going to have to move past it.
Oh, wait. I'm getting hit with a delay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're buffering.
Wait, I got hit with the delay. I'm back now. I'm back. Yeah, no. So bought this $12 a share. And what I love about it, the high dividend yield. I mean, this thing pays me like $25-$30 a month on it, maybe even sometimes 40. And I've just been reinvesting it ever since that year. What's it pay? Yeah, 4%. Been great.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, $25-$30, not much, but like when you're talking about that, the growth that I have on it, plus reinvesting the dividends, plus I just reinvested it. I just got it last week. So I'm gonna get another couple weeks. So I'll reinvest some more in this down period and we'll keep it going.
I'll tell you this, you have looks to be like a 12 to 13 year low right there, which is pretty nice. So you don't need to tell me, but how many shares you got? You got a good amount or?
Pretty good amount.
Okay. All right, cool.
Ooh, why do I keep loading? Why do I keep lagging out here?
We're about to boot you, Thomas.
Yeah, boot yourself and come back. We're going to move into Ben. I want you to talk about. Yeah, gotta go. I want you to talk about BenBot.
The BenBot.
Let's talk about the BenBot because when we look at this on results calendar here, apologies. This thing absolutely, it's Mr. Consistency. This is if we are talking maybe in sports terms, baseball terms, this is Cal Ripken right here. Although I don't love Cal Ripken. I met him in an airport, really miserable guy. But yeah, the strategy's been absolutely crushing it. I'm going to share screen quickly, Ben, on this version of the public results calendar that's available to everybody, and I'm going to get that on screen here.
Very good.
And then what I want to do is, all right, so this is, I'll put the banner on screen, pkbt.app/bb results. Okay, so this is for access to the BenBot results. Here's July, okay? This is a daily covered call strategy on IWM. Good to see you, Thomas. Hopefully you're up to speed. If not, that's okay. So, Ben, you've had a great July, okay? But you've had even better months in the past. So Ben actually started trading this in March of this year. This is not back-tested data. Okay, this is all live traded in Ben's account in testing, in beta testing. This will be live next week, okay? Need some capital, 25K, because you got to buy 100 shares of IWM, and then calls are being sold against it if needed, manual adjustments throughout the day as well. So you can see here, 4%, almost $900 in March for we'll call it one lot, I guess, because it's not really
unit. I like saying unit.
Unit's good. 3.3% in April, 6% in May. Awesome month, almost $1,300 per unit. June was the first month I think IWM underlying price beat your bot, but still a great month at 1.5%.
Yep.
And July, you are off to the races here. I think you're in an open position today, which I'll let
I
you speak.
am. I am in an open position, and if we win this position, we can win up to $125.
All right.
So
let's talk about it a little bit.
We will keep an eye on that throughout the day-to-day. It's currently losing. That position is losing.
That's okay.
The position depends on IWM increasing in price, and it seems like IWM is a little bit choppy to the downside today. We're actually leaking. We're leaking further down as the day goes on. So we might wind up taking a small loss today. But that's also the beauty of the strategy, is because we're selling calls, we're earning premium. So we're softening the blow of these losses. Whereas if you had just bought and held shares on losing days, you might lose. And Dylan, we saw this the other day. There was a scenario. Actually, can you pull that calendar back up? Because I want to show what we lost on that exact day. If you had bought and held shares on Monday, yes, the 7th, you would have actually lost double that. You would have lost $300 just based on the movement of IWM that day. However, because we were selling calls against it, we only lost $161. So yes, the losses are slightly bigger than the wins for this bot, but it smoothed itself out. And you can kind of see that on the chart, how we're progressing over time there. The largest loss, and I'll always mention this because it's a day that we should not have been trading, and we've implemented rules since that day to prevent trading when conditions like that exist. And what are those conditions? Well, it's just if IWM gaps up 2% overnight, we're not going to trade, because this strategy is neutral to bullish. And if we've already gapped up 2% overnight, it's going to be, you're going to have to really get a runner to make profit on that day. And I'd rather just sit that day out and go golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the key. This is the key right here. All right. 2.8% max drawdown on a 25K account. This is everything you want to see. And it's represented right up here. And if my internet's going out, just tell me. But you can see the IWM price here, okay, or the ROI rather, the return. Not so fun. Whereas the BenBot in that time, okay, we have some losses, we have some down days as we've seen represented on the chart. But overall, this is a tight, nice and tight gain here. So again, average win 116, average loss 145, but the bot's winning. Man and machine winning almost 72% of the time, but we love this. Ben, you say it every time. The worst case scenario here is you lose what the market lost that day minus the premium collected.
That's right.
If you can live with that, you're going to love this strategy, okay? This is our most consistent strategy, and you can view the trade results right here, or also at pkbt.app/bb results. All right. So I wanted to make sure we saw that. BenBot, let's talk about King Condor and the recent losses. We want to clip this, send it out to the people who are new on it. Believe me, we're going to get used to losses with King Condor. Again, only wins 56% of the time, sitting out on a lot of the big losses due to volatility triggers and economic events. Transparently, we're thinking about maybe even tweaking some of the days that it does or does not trade based on some of these economic events. Some backtests are showing us that there might be better results to be had if certain days were traded, not on the volatility side, but certain economic events that we expected to really rock the boat and haven't. So we're skeptical of making changes, but we're all data driven, taking a closer look at that. Let's talk about King Condor. I'm going to show the results here, okay, so we can get an understanding that we're having a red July, but that happens. This bot is returning on average, okay, and this is both back tested as well as live tested, an average of 7% per month. Shake that down about 1.6% per week. but there will be times where we head into a rough patch, okay? But it's just temporary. So here we go. This is King Condor. So far in July, we've taken 2 partial wins and we've taken some pretty hefty losses. But let's remind ourselves here of the averages, okay? Average win on King Condor is 306. Average loss is 219. That's pretty well represented when we see this here. Again, some smaller wins so far in July. But here was June, okay? Ended out with a 1.4% return on a $10,000 budget toward this strategy. All right, that's trading one Condor, we should say Condor, not contract. But here's May, absolutely crushed it, 13.3%. But when I say it's a 7% monthly return, it's not linear. Okay, we're going to have really hot months like February and some pretty cool ones as well. All right, this was when Trump was moving into office. Not so fun for a little bit of stretch there. But when we look at the back-tested results, when we look at the full trade log, we can see from May of 2022 when this bot presented, when we started back-testing because SPX contracts were available, 1DTE, the return is undeniable, all right? 266% in that time over 3 years. So it's a great strategy. We're seeing a rough patch. Guys, what happened recently here? This was Trump-fueled, I believe, this last one, yeah?
This last trade, yes, from yesterday going into today, we unfortunately gapped down overnight. After the market closed yesterday, Trump had announced 35% tariffs on Canada, and that caused the market to drop. It is extremely difficult to trade through these conditions that tariffs are placing on the market. It's just unpredictable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we knew that there were a bunch of tariff deadlines on Wednesday. We know that August 1st is another date that is going to be important for tariffs, so we'll be looking out around that date. But unfortunately, there's just not much you can do about that. But that's why we trade spreads, because there is a maximum overall risk. And then when the market opens, we do let the market kind of settle in for a couple of minutes, 5 minutes to be exact, on the King Condor strategy. We don't want to make any moves prematurely. And we did get a bit of a bounce back today, but we're still hovering right around where our strike price would have been. So who knows how the day is going to end. Realistically, if we end the day above 62.55, yes, we could have one. However, we want to be careful. We want to prevent any further downside damage. We want to protect accounts overall, right? Because the market is unpredictable. We don't know what way it can go. But that's part of the game, right? We're going to lose. Dylan said it before. You're going to win about 56% of trades. That's what we've seen. And you're going to hit a few patches where we've got a couple of losses in a row. And what is this?
Yeah.
2 losses in a row. But more broadly, I think there's been 3, call it 4 or 5 out of the last 8 trades have lost. We'll call that. So yeah, it's not fun. Dylan, can you go back to the website real quick though on your screen?
Sure.
Because I just want to take a look at the month breakdown. If you scroll down a little bit, not every month is a winning month. Zoom in a little bit more there. Just blow that up on screen. Yeah, not every month is a winning month. We could see like March losing month, January losing. We actually lost November, December, and January. And again, partially due to the change in administration that was coming in after the election. And then we get some months like September 24, where we only win $69. May of 24, $206. But then we do get some killer months. Like we had a really good April this year. Made almost $1,000 in April. That was good. June was pretty good as well. February this year, $1,700 in February. So again, It's all about sticking with the strategy, trusting the strategy. It's been battle tested. We've seen what it can do. Unfortunately, there have been more losses than wins lately. But hey,
we're playing D.
Right? All else being equal, we should see a bounce back.
Yeah, we will return to the mean. I'm fully a believer in that. And again, you could be manually trading this and managing your own stops or rolling the dice and saying, let's go till the end of the day. But as your bot provider, we got to play D. Our role is to, of course, get you strategies that win in the market, but also preserve your capital, right? We don't want to be having these huge blow-ups. So we'd rather play defense and cut the bleeding before it gets worse. So, okay, that's King Condor. We've talked about BenBot. The only other one that I think we can just kind of wrap up with is Shorbo. Okay, so this is our third next gen strategy. This launched this week, and we're having a good week. Okay, although we come off of a loss yesterday, you can see we were streaking here. Oops, sorry. You can see we were streaking here for quite some time. So July has been very good. This is actually a 0 DTE SPX strategy trading a $5 spread. Okay, it's directional. It's based on the opening range breakout. So we're looking to trade with the trend. There are reversals built in. But as you can see here, same thing. Okay, you're going to have down months, but overall, these strategies have been absolutely crushing it. Okay, so it's all about knowing what's going on in the strategy, feeling good about letting the bot manage it for you. And again, you guys can see the trade log here as well. Just incredible ROIs. So
I think that calculation it had an extra
we need to move
zero.
The decimal. We need to move the decimal.
Had an extra zero on it.
Yeah.
Yes, Shorbo's good. Shorbo did not trade today. We would expect it to trade on Monday if conditions strike. Usually, more times than not, you're going to get a Shorbo trade. I think the average trade, I forget what it says on the website. If you've got it up, Dylan, then
16. Yeah, 16 trades per month.
16 trades per month on average.
Almost always.
Yeah. So there's 21 trading days on average each month. You're going to sit out 5 days. And those days are probably due to just us not having a breakout that day within a certain amount of time. Right.
And that's what we're looking for. We don't want to choose a direction and bet on a horse if we're just seeing chop, if we're just not seeing any crazy movement. So another bot. Go ahead, Ben.
Of the next gen bots, this one does have a higher win rate. It's close to the BenBot win rate of right around 70%. 70% win. Losses are smaller than, wins are smaller than the losses, right? But we are winning more of the time, which is how this strategy evens out. This strategy does have the biggest drawdown of the next gen strategies.
Not bad, still not terrible.
It's still not terrible, but I mean, the reason why we decided to add this one is because, Dylan, if you could zoom in on that chart, while the market was tanking at the beginning of this year, this strategy, that's towards the right side of the chart that we're looking right now, this strategy was absolutely taking off. Right here. There you go, January 1st. So while the market was tanking at the beginning of the year, this strategy was taking off. And that's what we want to see. We want to see that even in a down market, we've got strategies that can win you some money.
Yep, absolutely. Awesome. So PeakBot Pro gets you access to all PeakBot strategies, our legacy strategies like the wheel and trend spread, as well as all of these next gen strategies. BenBot, Shorbo, and King Condor. Come and get you some. You can see the annualized returns here. These are no joke. We provide full education on these in PeakBot master classes. If you want to know everything there is to know about the strategy and how to build a model portfolio around them, we're here to do that with you. All right. So if you have any questions, don't be shy. Hit this chat button in the bottom corner of our website. Thomas is going to be there for you, isn't he? So excellent, guys. Anything else to cover here?
I think we're probably all set.
All right. I think we're good. Fellas, really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If there is any questions on any of our new strategies or anything in the PeakBot universe at all, email us at experience@peakbot.com or use the chat feature on the website. We will be live Monday morning more than one more time, once again, with Mark from Harvested Financial for Man and Machine. Thank you. And as always, we'll see you at the peak.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.